on the should be on my table here or here. Mic is okay. All right. Good morning. That's good. That's not great. They've assured me these lights don't fall down even if you roar a good morning. Are you ready to roar? Yes. Good morning. Fantastic. Fantastic. I believe that the world is nothing but an exchange of energy, right? If I come up to somebody like you and say good morning in a very limp way, do you think you feel good? No. But if I come up and, for example, with this gentleman here, I say, come on, good morning, how are you? And shake hands nicely. Is there a good exchange of energy? Yes. And I believe that if we want to unleash our true potential, one of the most important things is to have high energy. How many of you agree with that? Raise hand up if you agree. Awesome. And I'm sure many of you agree that sometimes we are not as high on energy as we should be, correct? And when we are low on energy, we get low results. Okay. So I've had a nice introduction about me. Thank you for those kind words, Professor. And I am on this mission, to reach 500,000 participants by the end of this decade. Okay. So another 300 odd get added today. In the afternoon, I'm doing another program for 300 people, right? So that kind of numbers that are there, because I think we can all make a huge difference by making sure that each person is highly motivated and able to unleash potential, which is there. We are all like icebergs, right? 85%, 90% of your potential is not utilized. And we need to make sure, whatever may be our level, we may be very accomplished, but still there is scope for improvement, right? So I want to ask you, if we want to take maximum value from this session today, there are at least one or two things that we should do as participants. And I want some answers from the participant to make it interactive right at the beginning itself. What do you think you should do? And I want a hand raise so that only one person answers, not three, four people. What should you do as participants to make sure that you get maximum value from the 1 hour we are spending together? Raise hand. Anyone? Anyone? Yeah? Don't worry about being right or wrong answer. Learning happens when we think of an answer. Learning happens when we give an answer. Right, wrong is not important. So, yes. Listen with utmost concentration, right? Shall we give her? In my programs, we have something called 5 clap salute. So let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Why 5? Because we are 5-star people. How many of us agree we are 5-star people? Yes? Right? We agree? Yeah? 5-star. It doesn't matter physically. Mentally, we are 5-star. Yes? No? Huh? And when we are mentally 5-star, we get better results. We are made up of 5 elements. Do we know we are made up of, human beings are made up of 5 elements? Which are they? Right, right? 5 elements. And 5 because we all want to be in sync with each other as a team today, rather than somebody clapping 3 times, somebody 7 times. When we want to acknowledge somebody, what are we going to do? 5 claps, right? And clapping is good for your health. Yes? Clapping stimulates the acupressure points, and acupressure points impact all the organs of our body. Yeah, a lot of people ask me, how do you get so much energy? How do you raise, do you think it's easy to travel to 42 countries, to keep running programs, travel, do a program, afternoon have another program? Is it easy? It requires energy, right? So unless I practice what I preach, do you think I can get that? No. So I do this on a regular basis. Okay. So I got some chocolates here. Wonderful. I had asked for these chocolates so that some of you can get chocolates for your lovely answers. And fortunately, the chocolate is also 5-star. Huh? Wonderful, right? I had asked for any chocolates and they got 5-star chocolates. So what's your name? Tejasvi. Tejasvi gets the first chocolate of the day. Now, how does she get it? She doesn't get it like that. I've been a cricketer. I played with Ravi Shastri. Is that good? Yes? Sanjay Manjrekar and others. So, I like to make my programs a mini cricket field. So, I'll throw it and you'll catch it. Okay? And when she catches it or when she drops it, either way, what will we do? Give her 5 claps. Now, all of us won't give chocolates, right? I'll only throw it, but we'll give her 5 claps. Is that good? Okay, so let's try. All right, there you go, there you go. All right, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it, 5. Wonderful. You're the first chocolate of the day, right? Well done. So, what else should we do? One more chocolate coming up for the second answer. We should be good listeners is one thing. What else should we do? One more answer. Yes.
Should ask you whatever we didn't understand.
To ask me whatever you didn't understand. Okay? Makes sense? Yes. We had Venugopal saying something? Avoid distractions. Yes. One of the biggest distraction is what? The mobile phone, isn't it? So I assume that we already have that on silent or off or whatever. Am I? No mobile will ring in this auditorium. Is that a promise? So minimum it's on silent and it will not be answered even if it's on silent. Right? Fair enough? Okay. But more distractions are not just the mobile, it's also the mind. The biggest monkey in the world is the human mind. You agree with me? Why do we call it monkey? It jumps from one thought to another. Just like a monkey jumps from one branch to another, our mind is always jumping. Yes? So if you want to achieve excellence, we have to master this monkey called the mind. And in order to master the monkey called the mind, we must know what is the mind. So what is the mind? Before that, let me give Venugopal a nice chocolate for his lovely answer. There you go, Venugopal. 5 claps to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last chocolate for now, at least, is for the person who gives me a good answer on what is the mind. If you want to master something, we must know what it is. You want to master a mind. But what is the mind? A flow of thoughts. Good. Somebody else? Where? Accumulation of knowledge and memory. Yes. What else? I asked this question somewhere else, and the crowd was thinking, and after some time, somebody answered and said, "Never mind." What is the mind? Never mind, right? Because we struggle with the answer, right? Actually, right? What is the mind? And if we don't know what it is, we can't manage it. So one good answer is it is a flow of thoughts and emotions. Anything that flows as energy, water that flows in a dam generates electricity. The same water, when it is not channelized, creates floods and destruction. Similarly, the energies of our mind, when focused towards our personal and professional goals, we get fantastic results. If we don't do that, we get ordinary results and sometimes we get negative results. Have we sometimes got negative results in our lives? Yes, over some activity that we did, we didn't get what we wanted, right? And that is why, because our energies were not focused. So very important to be very, very focused during this session and in our life. So let's move on, right? Henry Ford had said, anyone who keeps learning stays young. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 80 or 20. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. I'm so happy our chairman, and you must, am I right? Would you be in your early 70s? Would you be a good guess? Or late 60s? Whatever, right? But he's here. Why? Because he says, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen. Somewhere he's had a wealth of experience, and yet he's looking for that one idea in this 1 hour that might be useful for him, that gets reinforced. My oldest participant, any guess? My oldest participant in any of my programs. Any guess? Age, throw it. 90? 98. Okay, somebody said 98. Somebody else? Okay, 100. Okay. Yeah. So actually 93 years old. But that's good, right? 93 and still learning, right? At the end of the program, a program called PEP. PEP stood for Personal Excellence Program. Came up to me, hugged me like a son and said, Nikhil, at the fag end of my life, you changed my life. He says, because so much I got value out of what you said today, that tomorrow if I die, I will die in peace. He says, yesterday if I died, I would have died in pieces. This is the actual feedback after the program. And I told him, it's just not me. It's about how you were ready to learn or ready to engage yourself in this process. So all of us are ready to be learners? Yes? Very, very important. Yeah? So a little about me. I did an MBA from the US, but I give myself a bigger degree, which is LLL. What is LLL? Lifelong learner. What is it? Lifelong learner. I want all of us now. If you want to be a lifelong learner, raise your hand up right now. Raise it right now. Right now. You want to be a lifelong learner. Fantastic. Now I didn't ask you to put it down. Yeah? Yeah? Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, take it behind your back and pat yourself a few times. Pat yourself a few times. Why? Because what is the date today? 8th December 2023. You made a decision to be a lifelong learner. And if you're a lifelong learner, you will be able to unleash your true potential. Make sense or no? Right? If you think that we finished learning just because we out of a university, life is a university without walls. You are in a university here which has some walls, some brick and mortar, but life itself is a university. And the pandemic has taught us more about that than ever before. Yes or no? Right? That we need to keep on learning even outside of any university. So that has taken me, my friends, 300 cities, 42 countries, 2,000 companies, and a 250,000 participants. Right? It's featured in the Learning Panorama, was India's best national HR conference. We got an award, a lifetime award. This is not my award, this is India's award, right? Because we had 105 countries present when I received this award, right? So I'm bestowing it to you because all of us are Indians. It is your award, not my award, yeah? And recently, just 2-3 months ago, was felicitated at the WOW Awards Asia 2023. And this is interesting. Out of all my experiences, few months ago was invited to do a program for 300 corporate delegation on a cruise from the Royal Caribbean cruise from Singapore. And we went and, did a program, a motivational program on a cruise. Now, how many of you have been on a cruise? On a cruise? Few of you, right? Right? It's fun, isn't it? It's lovely. Now, if you're on a cruise and your cruise is paid for, your flights, everything is of course paid for, you get a fee to conduct a motivational program on a cruise. Is that fun? It's good, right? It's awesome. Yeah, it was great experience. Awesome. So writing this book that was talked about, Company of the Year by the CEO magazine, and you see some of our clients, some of the best in the world. We have clients all over the world, right? Yeah, Pfizer, Novartis, L&T, all these big companies, these are all our regular clients. So what are the fundamental concepts of excellence? First and foremost is visionary leadership. Now, I'm not talking about leaders by position. I'm talking about leaders by action. All of us, even if we don't have a title of a leader, we can be leaders. Yes, no? Right? In everything that we do, we can have that leadership quality. Right? There are enough people in the world who will sit back and say it's not my job, or they'll say, okay, whatever minimum I need to contribute, I'll contribute. But the true leaders are those who take ownership of anything that they are doing, whether it's their own studies, whether it's their own work at the corporate world, as if you are owning that work. And when you become a leader by action, not just by position, you get amazing results. Has anybody heard of Jack Welch? I'm sure at least a few people would have. Jack Welch? Right. Jack Welch was the CEO of General Electric. You've heard of the company General Electric, GE? Right? He was the CEO of General Electric. He took that company from a turnover of about $13 billion when he took over as CEO. When he left, the turnover was $500 billion. That's a lot of increase, right? And he believed in something which he called the 4 E's and 1 P of leadership. Any idea what is the 4 E's and 1 P? Any E's? Forget the P right now. Throw some answers. E. Leaders should have what? Starting with the letter E. Energy. Who said that? Absolutely right. That's right from the beginning we were talking. Jack Welch said the same thing. Let's give her a chocolate. Right. There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it 5 claps for that or 5 claps for the throw? The throw is also pretty good, right? Joking. So one is leaders with tremendous personal energy. What else? Empathy. What else? Efficiency, enthusiasm, effort, endeavor. Huh? Entrepreneurship. What else? Excellence. All are right. I'm just going to wait till I get the right what Jack Welch said. Just for, but doesn't matter. All your answers are, every leader needs all those also. What else? Effort. Yeah, what else? Emotional intelligence. He says, I want people who can energize their teams. I don't want solo performers. I don't want people who are only very good with high energy. But if your team member is low, can you raise their energy? Because ultimately, that matters, right? The third, he said, I want people with a competitive edge and a will to win. And finally, execution. Those having a track record of getting results, not excuses. Right? What do you think the P is? Absolutely. Who's that? This side of the room gets the first chocolate. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Passion. He says, I want a heartfelt, deep passion about work and life. Right? People who are passionate about their work and people who are passionate about their personal life also. And when you do that, you get fantastic results. So the second important thing is continuous improvement and innovation. Which phone do you see here? What's the name of the brand? Nokia. How many of you have a Nokia smartphone right now in the room? Raise your hand up. Nobody. And many of you will remember that at one time, 95% of the smartphones at the beginning of smartphone in time was what? Nokia. Yes or no? 95%. And today, not a single person, not even 5%. Why? Because they did not innovate in that space. Now, some of us may not be producing the Nokia phones. Some of us may not be producing any product. Doesn't matter. All of us can innovate in the way we do our things. We can all innovate in the way we live our life. Yes or no? We tend to get into some kind of a routine. Is that routine good for you? Is it giving you the desired results? You need to introspect. If it's not giving you, you need to make a change. Continuously innovate, improve, because that's what's going to give you better results. Results are very critical. A game of basketball is no fun unless you have a goal. A game of cricket is no fun for the batsman unless he has a boundary to clear. The bowler has wickets to take. And similarly, all of us must have goals, and very critical to keep on focusing on what are called SMART goals. Right? You've heard of the word SMART before? That's all of us. Some of us may not have heard it. Yeah. So let's all just quickly say, what is S? S, specific. Your goal should not be vague. M for measurable. Your goal should, if you are not measurable, they sometimes become miserable. Right? You don't achieve it. A for achievable. R for, I say, relevant. Okay, it can be realistic also, but relevant. And T for time bound. A goal without a time bound limit to it is only a wish, only a dream. Any wish or dream, you want to convert it to a goal, it must have a timeline. Right? How many of us here want to lose some weight? Raise your hand up, doesn't matter. Yeah, raise your hand up. Yeah? Yeah. And if we tell ourselves, I want to lose some weight, is it a goal or a wish? Wish. But the minute you tell yourself that by 31st March 2024, I want to lose 3 kilos. Now, is it a goal or a wish? It becomes a goal. Then you track yourself. If you want to lose 3 kilos by March 24, then at least by January, have you lost 1 kilo? Or are you still having your samosas and ice cream, right? And you need to ask yourself, because if I keep a goal and a target, then I work backwards, I can see whether I'm in line with it or not. If I just say I want to lose some weight, nothing happens, right? Okay. Next, customer focus. For those working in companies, in education institutions, even if you're a faculty member, what is it? Customer is your king. Your student, if you're a faculty member, is your king. and you need to make sure that you do justice to them by making sure that your sessions are interesting, the curriculum, to the extent that is possible, is more current and very lively. Yeah. But if you're working in the professional corporate world, of course, there's the internal customer and the external customer that you have to face. And unless you can delight the external customer, you will not get the results that you are capable of in your company. See, I always say, if you do not satisfy a customer, your organization dies. If you satisfy your customer, your organization survives. But if you delight your customer, your organization thrives. So wherever you go, you have to focus on delighting the customer. The next important thing is the soft skills. Harvard University said 85% of an executive's success at work is due to soft skills, only 15% due to technical or functional skills. And therefore, it is very, very important that soft skills are learned. Give me some idea of what are good soft skills that are important for success. Raise a hand up or just shout out. Okay, shout this answer. Body language, communication skills, being honest, okay, integrity, interpersonal skills, patience, eye contact, okay, stress management, time management, leadership, team building. All these are soft skills. But soft skills make a hard difference. And therefore, we must pay focus on developing our soft skills. So I created a model which I call the best model, which I've trademarked. And many people after taking my session say, Nikhil, your West is the best. Because in a short period of time, I am able to actually give them a lot of value on important ideas which are critical for success. V stands for vision. E for enthusiasm. S for stress mastery. T for time management and trust. Do you think all this is important for everyone? Yes. So when I talk of vision, what am I talking about? Am I talking about the corporate vision? No, I'm talking about your vision to perform better in whatever you do. I want this lady here. Can you just read this out, please, for me? Read it out. 1876. How many years ago was that? 143 years ago, right? And when the telephone was presented, they said, no, this has too many shortcomings. This will never be something that's useful for us. Now, if that was considered to be the final statement, do you think we would have ever made progress? Would you be carrying smartphones in your pocket? Today, there are a lot of people who are actually attending this session on YouTube Live, right? Would that be possible? No. What's happening, my friends? It is somebody who goes beyond the current obstacle to see that it is possible to create a better phone, right? Some of us who are at least in our 50s would have ever used, 50s, 60s would have used one of those rotary dialers, no? In India, when you had the rotary dialer, the phone, and you would not get through, right? You dialed a zero, sometimes you'd get into just stop somewhere and wrong number, right? And you'd speak for 5 minutes. At that time, to speak to somebody on a phone was something magical. So you'd speak for 5 minutes even with a wrong number. Yeah. Okay. Today you bang phones down, huh? Did you get a wrong number or spam? Right? At that time was different. Point I'm trying to make is that we need to be visionaries, not non-visionaries. Yes or no? Right? So let's look at one more example, and that example is the Intel, HR vision of Intel. It says it's just not what we make, it's what we make possible. Great minds, big hearts, collaborating to make history. If you have great minds and big hearts, you can make history. You can really do unbelievable stuff. So let's have a vision that we can do more. I want the entire room to say it after me. We can do more. We can do more. The last time, we can do more. We all can reach new horizons and greater heights than what we have done so far. Right or wrong? Yes? You agree? Raise your hand up. If you agree, raise your hand up. You've said it. Now you need to commit yourself to it. Okay? So in 2024, what will you and your team do? That is something that you have to decide. Okay? What will you stop doing? What will you start doing? What will you continue doing? And what will you complete doing? Okay? Now, E stands for enthusiasm. Enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos. Entheos means full of life, full of energy, full of vitality. I always say the greatest bankrupt in the world is not a person who doesn't have money. The greatest bankrupt in the world is a person who doesn't have enthusiasm for this beautiful gift of life. How many of us agree life is a gift? Right? And what we do with our life is our gift to the Almighty. Yes or no? You want to give an ordinary gift or a great gift? And you have to live a great life, isn't it? Yeah. So it is important. अर्ज करता हूं. All okay with Hindi a little bit? Yes. Yes. जिंदगी खूबसूरत है. जिंदगी खूबसूरत है. जिंदगी खूबसूरत है, हमें जीना नहीं आया. जिंदगी खूबसूरत है, हमें जीना नहीं आया. नशा हर चीज में है, हमें पीना नहीं आया. What does it say? There's intoxication in everything, but we don't know how to imbibe it. Right? Even a problem has some nasha, some intoxication, something positive which you can learn from, you can grow from. But we have to face it with that mindset. Right? Okay? So, when your enthusiasm is high, your attitude is better. And your attitude determines your altitude. How high you go in life is decided not by your circumstances, but by your attitude. Right? So, attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think, say, or do. It will make or break a company or a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Every morning when you get up in the morning, you have two choices. You can say, good morning, God, with a lot of energy and attitude, or you can say, oh, God, it's morning. Almost the same words. Your smiles are telling me that many of us get up this way, right? That we have to get up. The alarm has gone up. We have to be, in either the college or we have to be at work at a certain time, and therefore. But ideally, if we get up with a lot of energy, it makes a big difference. Do you want to know how I get up every morning? Yes? Every morning when I get up, I spend the first 1 minute, hardly 60 seconds, doing three things every morning, wherever I am. One, number one, I just join my hands and smile for no reason for 10-15 seconds. Now, when I'm just smiling, if there's any negativity of yesterday, it just evaporates. It doesn't carry into today, right or wrong? Yeah? So the mind may think of something negative that happened yesterday. No, this goes away. Second, I say thank you, God, for giving me one more day for making a difference in people's lives. When you have got up in the morning, do you agree with me there are thousands and thousands of people who have not got up? Yes, no. You know what I mean? There are no more, right? Right? So, you have the opportunity to live one more day. And the third thing I say is, no person or no situation will take away the inner smile from my face. The inner smile I say because sometimes there could be a situation where you cannot smile externally. You've gone to somebody's funeral, can you smile? No. I mean, not really, not smile, right? So the point I'm trying to make is inner smile. In Hindi I say, कोई भी परिस्थिति या व्यक्ति मेरी मुस्कान छीन नहीं सकती है. All this I do it every day. It takes only 60 seconds. But it makes my day start on a positive note. Is it doable? Will you all do at least one of these three things, if not all three? Yes, no? From tomorrow? One of the three? Even if you want to join hands and smile and get up, no problem. Do you want to say thank you, God, for one more day? Fine. You want to say that nobody will take away my smile? That's fine. Whatever works for you. All right? Next. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Let's all say it together quickly. We are in charge of our attitudes. We are in charge of our attitudes. We are in charge of our attitudes. Whatever happens outside, attitude, I am in control, and that makes a big difference. S is for stress mastery. Do you see something like this? Some sickness, health, stress, no sleep, late night, time management. Do you think some of us experience some of this sometimes at least? Yes. Some people say all the time, right? Right? And that is stress, right? Are stress levels rising worldwide? Yes. 3/4 of employees believe there is more on the job stress than a generation ago. That's one survey that has said. American Institute of Stress says $300 billion it costs American organizations. We don't have those statistics in India, but there is a lot of stress. So what is stress? One chocolate now. It has haven't given one for some time. A good answer. What is stress? What is stress? So raise your hand up. Yeah. Some disturbance. Okay. Okay. What is stress? Okay. I'm going to give this gentleman a chocolate for the three. You haven't got one yet, right? No, no. You got one? No. For 3 attempts he's made at getting a chocolate. There you go. And let's give him 5 claps. Let's give him 5 claps. Yes. Somebody else. Somebody else. One more answer. What is stress? Pressure on mind. Okay. All your answers are partly right. I believe stress is our internal response to a situation we find hard to manage. Are you a student or are you? Okay. Then I have a request. Somebody wants my latest photographs, right? And since you have a good camera, can you come up here and then you take my email ID or WhatsApp number and send them to me so my team can send it out to those people who want to write an article and want later photographs. Yeah, since you have a better camera than the phone cameras. Will you do that? But you'll take only an angle, you can come here also. You can keep moving. Okay? And take as close-ups as you can. Okay? What's your name? Shravan. Thank you. He suddenly popped up his camera and I said, my God, then that's something that I needed and it's happening. Stress is I got tons of photographs. They just wanted something very latest. Stress is our internal response to a situation we find hard to manage. So there are 2 types of stress. There is eustress and there is distress. When you set a goal, it inspires you. It is called eustress. But the normal routine stress that we talk about is called distress. Right? When stress is very low, performance is low. That's why we need to have goals and deadlines. Otherwise, performance drips. So when stress is reasonable, actually performance improves. It's only when stress is too much that performance starts to decline. And not only does performance decline, what else will happen if your stress is too much? Mental breakdown. What else will happen? Focus, depression. What else? Yeah? Hair loss. Right? Hair loss? Yeah. Okay. What else will happen? Anxiety. Yes? They deserve. Okay, 5-star chocolate for hair loss. Yeah, for a good answer. Where's that? There you go. Okay. Good. All right. So, stress will reduce productivity, stress will affect your health, stress will drain your energy, and stress will strain relationships, right? So, very important to manage stress better. So, one of the best ways, I run these stress management programs even for the US Coast Guard in San Francisco. I go there, run a program, and they say that this is what we need rather than all the technical programs that we keep doing. I fly by helicopter in the oceans and run these stress management programs for companies like British Gas. They are 14 days onshore, 14 days offshore. They're away from their families, cutter stress is high, right? And therefore, it's important. We do that, but here in the short period of time, we use only one activity. And what is that activity called? The activity of laughter. Because people, but when I talk of laughter, people say, yeah, it's great, but how can I laugh in college? How can I laugh at work? Right? How can I laugh in my family when my mother and father or my husband or wife, somebody in the family doesn't like it? So I've created one laughter which I call silent laughter, right? And all of us can do this laughter every day. Where? In a room called the bathroom, correct? Right? Because all of us go into a bathroom every day, and normally we go alone, right? Right? So nobody else knows. And normally there's a mirror there. So when you look at that mirror, you only one fool you see, right? So you have to laugh with that fool, right? Not at that fool, right? And you laugh, and when you laugh, you create an energy. So I'm going to demo that laughter just now, and then all of us will do it after the first demo, okay? Right? So I'm saying breathe in, go down. You don't do anything. You just observe my laughter, the silent laughter, okay? Observe, okay? Breathe in, go down. This is one round. Your stomach goes in, your face is crushed with blood, and you'll see after 5 rounds you'll feel great. Stand up. Everybody stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Good, good. Okay. So, so we are going to do 5 rounds together. Don't don't try to keep low sound or no sound. Low sound or no sound. If no sound is not possible, don't, but no loud laughter as much as possible. Everybody come on, breathe in, bend down, breathe in. That's one, two, three, four. Last round, five. Eyes closed, left hand on your chest. Keep standing, keep standing. Observe your heartbeats. No movement of the body, no movement of the mind. Feel completely silent and still. Feel the flow of pranic energy through every cell of your body. And you're feeling good. And remember, people who feel good about themselves produce good results in their lives, in their personal lives, in their professional lives. So get in touch with this feeling on a regular basis. Smile more often. Laugh more often. Be sincere in life, but never be serious in life. Seriousness has the element of boredom. Sincerity has seriousness, but also with joy and fun. Okay? So, if you liked it, just put a thumbs up. If you liked the laughter, thumbs up. Awesome. Now we are going to take it to the next level because we are here in a room where we have no issues about laughing loudly also. So we are going to do 5 rounds very quickly. Follow my instructions and just be with me for the next 2-3 minutes on this. Everybody, come on, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe in. One, two, three, four, last one, five, And if you felt good, 5 claps to all of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sit down. Ha. Mm. Has has the energy in the room got transformed? Yes or no? And imagine if you can start living life at this kind of energy, right? So every day you have a recharge that you can do for yourself in your bathroom. Make sense? Right? At least the silent laughter, right? And then loud laughter, if it's okay, your family and wherever you are work, then laugh loudly also at various times. Do not miss an opportunity to laugh. Okay? So for T is for trust, trust in yourself and trust in your team. You've heard this acronym before. Together, everyone, achieve more. But that's an old acronym. With Nikhil Desai, you don't achieve more. What do you achieve? You achieve miracles. With good teamwork, you can achieve miracles. You can get a much more inspiring performance than that is possible. And the last T is time management, right? Because life is nothing but time. Malcolm Forbes had said, if you like to ask, he's a multi-millionaire. You've heard of Forbes magazine? He's a publisher. He says, I have all the money in the world. If I can buy something which I want to buy, it is time. Time. Shravan, do you want to come on this side where you get a front? No, you're okay. Are you getting the pictures that I need? Sure, even from that angle. Sometimes I need the stump straight photographs. Huh? So you want to come here also? No, you are shy. Okay, right. Next, I wish my day was of 48 hours. Amitabh Bachchan, at this age also, he's working so much, right? Doing so many things, right? So, how many of us would like very quickly 5 tips on time management? How many of you would like it? Yeah? And I'm going to share with you what I call the 5 Ds of time management very quickly as the end of the session. One is decide your goals. First D for time management is decide your goals, because goals give you the power of direction. Where you want to go in your life. If you don't have a power of direction, you will not go to the right place. Second D is diagnose your current time utilization. Correct? Where is your time going? We must be aware. Most of us get up in the morning, end of the day, and we don't know where time went. Look at the whole week. Where did it go? We don't know. We must have the power of consciousness of time, right? Make sure that we understand that it is irreversible and irretrievable, must be utilized productively and immediately. If you have money in your pocket and you don't use it today, can you use it tomorrow? The money, yes, right? Time, what you have today, if you don't use it well, can you use that same time tomorrow? Is gone for ever. And therefore, when some people say, how many people agree time is money? How many people agree? Almost everybody. But I say, no, time is more than money. Right or wrong? Money you can beg, borrow, or steal. Worst case scenario, right? Time that you have, you cannot beg, borrow, steal, nothing. It's gone. Unless you learn how to use every moment powerfully, immediately, properly, it's gone forever. And that consciousness is there. You must handle time like money, rupees 86,400 daily. What is 86,400? Is a number of seconds. If your 1 second was 1 rupee, hypothetically, if your 1 minute was worth 60 rupees, if your 1 hour was worth 3,600, would you use it a little better? Yes. At least you'd not fritter away, 10 minutes gone wasting somewhere else, that means what? So much money gone. If you start thinking that way, at least for some time, till you get on track. Yeah, you don't after that, that's fine. So, that's number two. Third is decide your priorities. Okay, very important. The essence of time management is to ability to see your priorities in your life, plan your life around your priorities, and execute your priorities. Right? And for that, a time management matrix is very, very useful. Where time management, first quadrant is what? Things that are important and urgent. Supposing you are not well, it becomes important and urgent immediately, or your family member, it's something that comes in quadrant number one, right? Then second quadrant is what? Things that are not urgent but important. Taking good care of your health, exercising. It's not urgent, but it's important. You don't exercise today, anything will happen? No. But if you don't exercise for a full year, will something likely to happen? Yes. I often give this example and I say, supposing God had said that the day you do not exercise for 15 minutes, that is going to be the last day of your life. Supposing that was the rule, okay, for human beings. Supposing. Do you think any day would go without your exercising? At 11:30 in the night also, if you're not exercised, first thing before 12 you'll exercise or no? Yes or no? But what happens? Human beings, we take things for granted. Because our health is good right now, what do we say? We'll see, yaar, feeling lazy. Got it? So what do we need to do? Make sure. We have 24 hours in a day. I always request people, if nothing, spend 24 minutes on your exercise. Yeah, exercise could be a game, it could be walking, it could be physical, it could be weights, it could be meditation, it could be pranayam. I'm saying minimum 24 minutes a day. Is that doable? Is it doable? Yes or no? Yes. Okay? Fine. Third is urgent but not important. Supposing I've told you to no phones, somebody's phone rings, you'll have to attend. It's not important, but it is urgent to attend. And finally, not urgent and not important. That is useless stuff. Too much of social media, right? Excessive sleep, excessive gossiping, all that is right. So these four quadrants, quadrant one is what I call the quadrant of productivity. You're very productive. Quadrant two is the quadrant of quality. You improve your life by activities here. Quadrant three is the quadrant of noise. It is only making noise, not making adding value. And quadrant four is a quadrant of waste. Ideally, you should not be there. But as human beings, even if you're there, at least reduce your time there. Correct? Okay? The next is delete your time wasters. Right? Why should you delete your time wasters? Why time management is important? Because the demand for your time is increasing, but the supply is constant. And therefore, ask yourself the question, if I don't do this, what will happen? If nothing's going to happen, leave it. When you leave things that are not important, you leap towards what is important. That is what is critical. And finally, do it today. Do it today. Right? Do it now. Power of action. Right? Be tough with yourself. Procrastination is a disease. Makes difficult tasks take longer. Do it now. You look at the word now and you reverse it. What do you get? One. Right? So people who win in life are people who do it now. What is important must be done now, not tomorrow. Procrastination is the biggest disease in time management. We must be tackling that effectively. So tell me, how many of us got value from today's session? Raise your hand up if you got some value from today's session. Everybody? Awesome. I'm very happy. We always collect a feedback. When I'll fly back in the evening, I'll be reading 300 and 300, 600 feedback forms. So please make sure somebody distributes it. Feedback forms, please. Who has them? The ladies? Yeah, 2, 3 people. Just ensure it goes. And if you have any question, we can take it now. We said we'll stop at 12. Is that good time management? It's 11:57, which is 2 minutes away, and you've got feedback time. So even if there's not a question, we are on time. We are absolutely on time. Okay? All right? So if you all got some value, let's give ourselves 5 claps together. Come on, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look for that one idea that you learned today and make it part of your life. So the form says my thoughts, feelings, learnings, whatever. You can write your thoughts, you can write your feelings, you can write your learnings, whatever you want to write. It's an open paragraph that I'd like to read. Yeah? The only hazard of speaking so much is obviously throat goes a little bit for a toss, but that's okay.